Welcome to Fan for Racing Radio. We're happy to be here, and we are previewing the ARCA Menards and ARCA Menards Series West at Phoenix Raceway. They're racing there this weekend, and there's so much to talk about. I'm so excited about the fact that they're back on track. And I am Fan for Racing Sharon, and joining me is Jay Huseman. Welcome to the show, Jay.
Thank you. And for the ARCA Menards series, we got a tag team just like we do here at Fan for Racing. We got the main series, if you will, and the national series, as they call it, as well as the West. I always love these combo events.
I do too. They're a lot of fun, and we get a lot of different people that come in and race these combination events. And especially when we go to a track like Phoenix, you know, sometimes we get some of those stars that are out on the West Coast that will come in and race in the ARCA Menards series. So definitely looking forward to that. So let's go ahead and get started. The ARCA Menards series is racing the General Tire 150 this weekend. And we'll give you the details a little bit later, but let's go ahead and get into our storyline notes.
The ARCA Menards series and the ARCA Menards series West, as we mentioned, will both compete in Friday's General Tire 150 at Phoenix Raceway. So the race will pay full points for both races. The winner will be credited with a victory in both of those series.
All right. The General Tire 150 is the sixth ARCA Menards Series race at Phoenix Raceway. Previous winners there include some drivers you'll recognize: Chandler Smith in 2020, Ty Gibbs in 21, Taylor Gray in 22, Tyler Reif, a strong competitor in the ARCA Menards Series in 23, and William Sawalich, a name you're just becoming familiar with, won there in 2024.
Now, the West Series has a little more history, though, at Phoenix Raceway for the General Tire 150. It'll be the 54th ARCA Menards Series West race at Phoenix Raceway. That dates all the way back to 1977. 9 of those races now have been combination with the NASCAR Cup Series, as that ran from 1988 through 1996.
Now, Brennan Queen, who drives the number 28 BestRepair.net Chevrolet, leads the ARCA Menards Series into the General Tire 150 off his victory in the season opener at Daytona International Speedway. Queen will be making his first appearance, though, at Phoenix Raceway. So that'll be fun to see because he's usually pretty good on those short tracks.
Well, in looking at the winning car from last year, it's going to be Brent Cruz in the number 18 Joe Gibbs Racing Toyota. He's making his first start at Phoenix Raceway, but driving for the team that won that race with William Sawalich in 2024. Joe Gibbs Racing has won 5 ARCA Menards Series platform races at Phoenix Raceway. That includes 2 combination ARCA Menards Series and West races going back as far as 2021.
All right. A name you might be familiar with is Trevor Huddleston. He drives that number 50 High Point Racing Race Car Factory Ford. He leads the ARCA Menards Series West standings headed into the series' second race of this year. Huddleston won the West opener at Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway. And so that was in January for his 6th career series victory.
One making a return to her debut is Isabella Robusto in the number 55 Mobil 1 Toyota. She's returning to the site of her ARCA Menards Series platform debut in 2024. She finished 6th in that first appearance at Phoenix Raceway, and that was in March of 2024.
I mentioned Tyler Reif being an ARCA Menards Series regular. He's also a former race winner. He's racing the number 23 Sigma Performance Services Vegas Fastener Manufacturing Chevrolet. He returns to the site of his first career ARCA Menards Series win, driving for SPS Racing and team owner Joe Fari. Reif earned the ARCA Menards Series West Opener Owners Championship for team owners Todd and Kelly Souza, their Central Coast Racing team, just last year. So definitely look forward to seeing what he does this season.
And Sharon and I have talked about and with and hope to again driver of the number 25 Cyfori Toyota, and that'll be Patrick Starpoli. He's now a retinal surgeon in addition to being a professional race car driver. And he'll make his return to the ARCA Menards Series platform for the first time in nearly 10 years with Venturini Motorsports. Starpoli has one career ARCA Menards Series West victory. That was at Irwindale Speedway in 2014. I know we'll have some more information on that towards the end of the show.
All right. I'm so excited for Patrick Starpoli. He is an old friend of ours, and I definitely am excited about his debut with Venturini Motorsports this weekend. Thad Moffitt drives the number 46 Pristine Auction Toyota. He heads into the General Tire 150, looking to rebound after being swept into an early crash in not of his own doing at Daytona. Now, Moffitt set his career best ARCA Menards Series finish of third at Phoenix Raceway in 2021. So I'm sure he wants to do better this time around.
Well, it all start with qualifying, and the ARCA Menards Series track qualifying record at Phoenix Raceway set by Sammy Smith in 2022 at 26.912 seconds, and that equates to 133.769 miles per hour.
Well, let's talk about another track record, and that's the series track record was set in 22 by Taylor Gray at 86.409 miles per hour, or 1 hour, 46 minutes, and 46 seconds.
Hopefully a record we don't have to talk about is caution flags. The record for the most is 13, and that was for a record 78 laps set in 2023. We don't want to see that one.
Well, this is the one we do want to see. The record for the fewest caution flags is 6 for 37 laps, and that was set in a rain-shortened race just last year.
Now, again, the West Series has a little bit different records, but the track qualifying record for ARCA Menards Series West is at Phoenix Raceway was in November of 2022 at 26.570 seconds, or 135.491 miles per hour.
All right. Now, the General Tire 150 will be broadcast live on Fox Sports 1, so they're on a national stage this weekend. That race is Friday, March the 7th at 8 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Mountain Time. The race will also be broadcast live on select affiliates of the MRN radio network on mrn.com and on SiriusXM NASCAR Radio Channel 90. Live timing and scoring data from all on-track activity is always available at arcaracing.com. You can follow them at ARCA Racing on X, formerly Twitter, for up-to-the-minute updates and information. Now, I do want to mention, we did do an interview on Monday night with Kyle Keller. He's going to be in this race as well. And if he gave us a little bit of a preview in that interview for the race coming up here at Phoenix Raceway. So if you haven't seen that interview yet, it is available at fanforracing.com. It's also available on our YouTube channel, Fan for Racing Radio on YouTube.
Again, it's a joint annual combination race at Phoenix Raceway. It'll mark the 5th time the two series have come together to compete at Phoenix Raceway, dating back to this first such event in 2021, which was won by Ty Gibbs. Other winners of the annual combination race include Taylor Gray, Tyler Reif, and William Sawalich.
The West Series has been racing at Phoenix Raceway for more than 4 decades, with the first West Series event taking place in 1977 and won by NASCAR Hall of Famer Cale Yarborough. A lot of people don't know that a lot of these drivers started in the ARCA Menards Series. Many familiar names have won in the West Series events at Phoenix, including Richard Petty, Neil Bonnet, Bobby Allison, Alan Kowicki, Bill Elliott, and Dale Earnhardt, among others.
Now, more recently, current NASCAR stars like Joey Logano, Ryan Blaney, Cole Custer, Jesse Love, Todd Gillen, Ty Gibbs, Sammy Smith, and Connor Zilisch have all won and scored West Series wins at Phoenix.
Now, there are tickets that are still available. If you'd like to get a ticket for that race, make sure you go over to arcaracing.com and you'll find the links there for how you can get those tickets.
Now, when it comes to momentum, no drivers have more than Brendan Butterbean Queen and Trevor Huddleston. That's because both of them have opened up the 2025 season with victories in their respective divisions. Huddleston kicked off the 2025 ARCA Menards Series West season with a win back in January at Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway. And then Queen began his first full ARCA Menards Series campaign with a win at Daytona International Speedway last month.
Both of those drivers are in the field for Friday's General Tire 150, and they both look to add to their early momentum, of course, with another trip to Victory Lane.
And we got a stacked field of more than 30 competitors that'll be looking to deny them, though, another checkered flag. Among some highlights, we talked about Brent Cruz. He's in that number 18 Toyota for Joe Gibbs Racing. And then also our 4 drivers out of the Venturini Motorsports stable: Isabella Robusto, Lawless Allen, talked about Patrick Starpoli, and Trayton Lapovich. And you can check out an article on the main page about him joining Venturini Motorsports.
Yes, that was pretty exciting. Okay, the West Series Team Central Coast Racing will have entries in the field for Tanner Reif, Adrian Ferrer. Rev Racing's LeVar Scott will continue his pursuit of his first ARCA platform win, and Tyler Reif, who won at Phoenix in 23, will be in the field aboard the number 23 Sigma Performance Services Chevrolet. Now, LeVar Scott has a special video feature also at arcaracing.com if you want to check that out.
Some other notable names to throw in there for Friday's event out of those 30 include Corey Day, as he's looking to pursue his career now, moving up with Hendrick Motorsports, a developmental driver. There we go. Thad Moffitt, Ryan Vargas. So excited to see Vargas back. Jason Kitzmiller, you mentioned Kyle Keller. You can listen to that interview with him here on Fan for Racing. Cole Raz, Andy Jakowiak, Jake Bowman, Eric Johnson Jr., mentioned Adrian Ferrer, and then Robbie Keneally, among others. And you can check out the full entry list. It's up on the ARCA Menards Series homepage as well.
Yeah. Robbie Keneally and Kyle Keller are actually teammates, and he talks a little bit about Robbie in that interview as well. So some really good stuff here at for this ARCA Menards Series race.
And again, you can find all that information as well as more at the ARCA Menards Series homepage.
I want to say the starting lineup will be set by speeds in the time session qualifying plus provisionals. No adjustments for or repairs can be made on the car after entering pit road to qualify. All cars make a qualifying attempt, and all drivers must practice before they can qualify.
Brake pitting procedures for the ARCA Menards Series here. They'll have a brake at or near lap 75. There'll be no adding or moving tires to or from the pit box once the race has started.
Okay, I apologize for looking away from the screen here, but my notes are on a different screen, so I'm going to go to that. Patrick Starpoli, we mentioned we're working with him. We are working on an interview with him early next week. But just so you know, he is racing with Venturini Motorsports. He's also a retina surgeon. We talked about that, and he has 5 races he's going to be participating in the ARCA Menards Series event. It starts at Phoenix Raceway this weekend, Friday, March the 7th, but he's also scheduled to make appearances at Talladega Superspeedway, Charlotte Motor Speedway, Bristol Motor Speedway, and the ARCA East Series event that will be at Rockingham Speedway. So he's a second-generation driver from Plantation, Florida. He gained national recognition and found his pathway to NASCAR by winning the 2013 Peak Stock Car Dream Challenge. A lot of you will remember that was a driver search that Michael Waltrip did. He also claims honors. He's as the Harvard graduate. He beat out some of the country's top amateur drivers, including runner-up and current NASCAR star Chase Briscoe, to earn a spot in the ARCA West Series during the 2014 season. So it really is exciting what's happening for Patrick Staropoli coming back to the ARCA Menards Series with Venturini Motorsports. He's going to be in good equipment, and I can't wait for this race to see how he does and to talk to him early next week.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Is can't wait to once we can have him on. It also says he hopes to have more announcements to make soon. We'll see if maybe we can get a little bit more out of him when we get to talk to him. But for now, his focus is on those 5 ARCA platform starts with Venturini. And it's so great to see. I know Venturini Motorsports is one of those teams that is always working with some of these drivers that may not be full-time. I love Venturini Motorsports and what they do for the ARCA Menards Series.
Yes, indeed. And I want to tell you, I'm going to give him his due when he comes on our interview program, because I am going to call him Dr. Patrick Staropoli.
That's right.
Okay. Anything else you want to mention here before we sign off, Jay?
No, I know for the ARCA Menards Series, the points is pretty much as they ran in the first 2 races, or one race for each series. So this is the second race for both series. Brendan Queen leading the ARCA Menards National Series, William Sawalich in second, Jason Kittmiller, LeVar Scott, and Helio Castroneves. But again, 2 of those top 5 already not running. When I take a look at the West Series, this one's most of the names here, I believe, are going to be running most of, if not all, this ARCA Menards Series West. Trevor Huddleston leading that. You mentioned Kyle Keller in the second position. Tanner Reif, Robbie Keneally as his, Keller's teammate, and then Eric Johnson Jr. That'll really start to sort itself out here in just this second race. I know Daniel Hemrick's listed on here as far as the top 10. He's obviously not running all the races. So second race, third race, that's where you really see these ARCA Menards Series point standings settle out and see who we're going to have make a run for the championships.
Thank you, Jay. I'm really glad you posted those point standings for both of those series, because as their seasons progress, just like it is in the NASCAR series, we'll see the cream rise to the top. And I can't wait for that too, with this next race on both the ARCA Menards Series schedule and the ARCA West Series schedule. Now this is our coming soon segment. Already today, we have already done our Xfinity Series preview. We've done our Cup Series preview. We're doing the ARCA Menards and ARCA West Series preview right now. I was kind of hoping maybe we would be able to do the interview with Patrick Staropoli, but that's going to be early next week. So watch for that. We are doing the reviews will take place on Monday, and we'll definitely look forward to keeping you up to date with what happened with all of these races, and with our interview with Patrick Staropoli. He's already confirmed that he'll make himself available next week for us. So that interview is definitely coming sometime early next week. Anything you want to add here, Jay?
Well, I know you talked about the reviews, but also on Monday at 9 p.m. is when we normally do Hot Topics. Just to give you a little taste, we had a couple things. I tie it into, we just went over the point standings. There you go. Sharon's got the screen up. She's doing an awesome job with these banners and whatnot. Big shout out there, Sharon. I know you've been working on how to navigate the YouTube channel and studio, so appreciate that. But with that Hot Topics, we've been talking about the points. We've had some point standings changes throughout the week. They haven't even raced.
I know. I can't wait to talk about that on Hot Topics. There's so many news stories that have come up just in the last day or so. And I'm definitely looking forward to that. I can give you a little bit of a preview. The trucks, of course, are taking another week off, so we won't have anything there. But there's been a countersuit in the thing between 2311 and Front Row Motorsports and NASCAR. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about the Chase Briscoe penalty That's another thing that's come up here. There's also a penalty that came out of CODA that we'll talk about, just to give you a preview. And then Las Vegas is the next racetrack that's coming up on the schedule. There's a new senior vice president and general manager there. So that just gives you an idea of a few of the topics we'll be talking about on Monday night.
Well, I was going to say, Sharon, you brought it up, and you know how I get when it comes to this lawsuit, when it comes to NASCAR. I'll try and be on my best behavior.
Okay, well, I do want to remind everybody, too, we really need your help. But we need you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Fan for Racing Radio, and also like our episodes. I know you can't do that at fanforracing.com, but if you can click the link for the YouTube channel, you can do it over there, and we'd really appreciate it. And we're trying to do some things on the posts tab over there as well. I'm going to put up some posts for you to tell us who you think's going to win some of these races over there. So click the post tab, and you can take part in some of the polls I'm going to put up later. I don't have them up yet, but I plan to put those up sometime today. So they'll be up by Friday. So keep an eye on that as well.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate what we got so far. But again, making that transition from Blog Talk Radio to just radio over here to YouTube. Been a little bit of a transition, but Sharon and I are having some great fun with it. But it is some work, and I know it allows for the flexibility. You're talking about the interview. We've been talking about how we can be a little more flexible and make that work for everybody. So it has been a good thing here, but kind of starting from scratch. So yes, we do appreciate those that have already subscribed and followed, as well as, again, if you got some friends, or I know I got one I talked to over the weekend, Jared Hudson joined. I know, Sharon, you talked about maybe getting some guests on Hot Topics with us. That's one I'll get you in contact with and talk to him about maybe joining us.
Okay, that would be awesome. All right, and unless you have something else more to go, Jay.
I was going to say, don't hold him against him that he's another track announcer.
Oh, I would never do that. Okay, so I just want to make sure that we let everybody know that we appreciate them for tuning in to Fan for Racing Radio. We sure have a lot of fun doing this on YouTube and our Fan for Racing Radio show, which we've been doing since 2011. But this is the first year that we've been doing this on YouTube. So we appreciate you kind of bearing with us as we navigate a new environment for Fan for Racing Radio. And you know, another thing that would really help us is if you let other people know that we're here and encourage them to come and subscribe and watch our videos as well. That would mean all the world to us as we continue to grow here on YouTube. So again, I'm going to do that again because thank you. We really appreciate each and every one of you. And Jay, I think we might be ready to sign off here.
Well, I think we probably should, or otherwise you're going to have an appearance by Mr. Bogey. I know we've heard both yours and mine a little bit in the background, but Bogey apparently thinks it's time to eat. So, yeah, I got things to do.
Okay, thank you. Take care, everybody.